Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dream back with another trucking video for you guys today. And it's been a while since I've updated you guys, so I decided why not hop on YouTube and make a little update for you guys since last video was week 3, day 1. Today I am week 4, day 5, Thursday, February 26th, I believe. And a few things changed. There was a lot of bad, there was a lot of good, but overall, at the end of the day, everything is good. Oh, I just saw that face mask 10. You kind of see it, what I was talking about last video. But damn, we had 20 subscribers. I want to thank every single one of you guys for watching my video. And one video so far. But yeah. Hopefully you guys are joining the school soon. Most likely I'm not gonna see you guys anymore because tomorrow's my last day. It's been a rough 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks. It's been a rough almost 5 weeks, man. Not getting paid, wasting money on food, wasting money on gas. Now that I brought my car, kind of going crazy over here and surviving off my luchan now that I ran out of food. So I mean, ran out of money. So yeah. But yeah, you guys might be curious, what do I mean by there was a lot of bad that happened, right? So keep this in mind. I don't want to slander the company, or I don't want to slander anybody from the company, because I don't want to have that image where like, oh, why do we hire this guy, right? Because keep in mind, at the end of the day, I passed my test yesterday. I'm getting my CDL. I'm getting hired. I'm getting the job. Everything is what they told me it will be. So keep that in mind. But the reason things were negative were because for a whole week, I wasn't sure if I was going to test, right? You know, you do your permit test day 3 of week 1. I didn't get my permit after the first 2-3 days, right? After you pass that test, which I did on the first try, you're supposed to get your permit 2 or 3 days later. Most or almost everybody that passed the test got their permit 2 or 3 days later if they tested in the school, just like me. If you tested in the DMV, you got it the same day. But I tested in the school. For some reason, I ended up getting my permit week 3. Week 3, only me and one other person got their permit on week 3 out of everybody else, right? They ended up sending me to the wrong DMV, had to wait 2 hours, and yada, 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 right? And then I would go into the office every day because I'm persistent. When you're playing around with my money, when you're playing around with my time, my CDL, I'm going to be persistent, right? And I'm going to make sure things get done. So I kept going to the office almost every single day, asking them, hey, what's going on? Is there an update on this? Is there an update on that, right? And there was a point where I had enough. I ended up speaking to one of the head instructors, or one of the head tester guys, and I told him my situation. He kind of knew who I was. And yeah, that same day, I went into the office because they called me, and they said, supposedly I didn't turn in one of the documents making me ready to test. I was not written off, right? Okay, so I'm going into too much detail. I don't want to go into too much detail, but long story short, I know for sure I signed that paper because me and another student both went on the road. The paper I'm talking about is when you go to the road with an instructor in the school. I'm not talking about over the road with like a mentor. I'm talking about in the school. You go with another student and an instructor, right? Go around the blocks, practice your left-hand turns, right-hand turns, your speed, driving the truck, basically. Once you come back into the school, you sign 2 documents saying, have you practiced backing up for at least 30 minutes, parallel parking for 30 minutes, that kind of questionnaire form, right? And then at the end, you sign 2 documents saying you're ready to test. You don't touch those documents. Other than signing it, you don't physically hold the documents. The instructor keeps it and sends it over to the office, right? So how am I going to lose or not turn in those documents, right? Long story short, 2 days ago, I called my recruiter. I was complaining. I busted a Karen. Hey, you got to do what you got to do because I'm not waiting another week, another 2 weeks, especially when I'm not getting paid, right? I called my recruiter, and he got things done. The very next day I tested. I don't know what he did or whatever. I'd give him a shout out, but there's no free shout outs right here, you know? But he 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 got an A plus basically. He did his job, and highly thankful for him because other than if he would have not done anything, I wonder when I would have tested because it wouldn't have been soon. He must have pushed my test date up further because of my situation. Keep in mind, I've never tested, not even once, like to get my actual CDL. I'm not talking about my permit. I'm talking about my actual, like, on the road driving tests, parking tests, skills test, that kind of test, right? Other people were already on their second attempt on practice, on the test. They were already testing week threes, and I'm over here week four, haven't tested once, right? So that's what I mean by my bad experience. But keep in mind, most likely it's not going to happen to you. So I don't want you to watch this video and think, oh, I'm not going to go to CR England because this guy had this bad experience. No. The reason I'm making this video is just to share my experience, just to see from an experience of somebody else. Maybe, obviously my experience is going to be different than yours, but I want to give you guys kind of like insiders of what to expect, meaning like mainly the good stuff, because you're supposed to test week three, right? And like if like normal, you test week three, you pass your first time, for example, you're in orientation the next day. You have orientation for 2 days. Today was actually my first day of orientation. Tomorrow's my last day, which means I should get like I should get an envelope that has like my two debit cards, one for like gas and one like for me personally, where they're going to be paying me every week. Because you have an option, I believe, well, at least in the Fontana location, you have an option, direct deposit or by check. So obviously by check, you get it in the mail. It takes a little bit longer because obviously they send it by the mail. But I chose direct deposit thinking, oh, it's going to go into my Bank of America. It's not. They're going to send you a prepaid debit card. So every direct deposit, it's going to go in there, which I'm not complaining because, hey, at the end of the day, I'm going to be getting it every week, you know, and it's going to be convenient. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've been seeing you guys' comments, but I haven't been responding, sadly, because at the time when I saw the comments, or I wanted to make videos, but because I was in a bad mood, I didn't want to make a video in a bad mood. I didn't feel like that was going to represent myself or the whole experience with CR England, because I was not in the mood. Basically, I was being negative, so I didn't upload, I didn't reply. I didn't want to show you guys like, oh shit, man, I'm having a bad week, I'm gonna put it out in the world like, don't do this, don't, no, you know. At the end of the day, everything looks good. But on the comments, I did see some people asking me, what happens if you fail the test, right? If you pass the permit test, you're actually into your final tests, nothing happens. You know, let's say you fail your pre-trip inspection. It's your day to test. You fail your pre-trip. You have 2 days to retest again. It might suck in your situation, but hey, at least you get a retest, because I believe the comment said you get sent home or something like that. No. So you can't test until 48 hours, which gives you time obviously to practice. You could fail. I'm not sure how many times you can fail, but I have had classmates that failed first. They failed their pre-trip or their what's it called, their air brake test. One of the two, they failed it the first time. Then the second time they tested, they failed a skill, let's say alley dock, just for example. They were able to retest again, because there's three types of tests, or three genres. One is the air brake test, in-cab inspection, and the pre-trip test, right? All three of those combined kind of go for one test. Then after that, you're gonna go into skills. You're gonna do your straight line forward, straight line back. That's one skill. Your offset, and then either parallel or alley dock. You don't choose. Maybe you get to choose if you're one of the first two people, but the majority of the people don't get to choose. This is mainly your tester who decides, okay, you're gonna do parallel or you're gonna do alley dock. Or if you do parallel, you're gonna do it from the driver's side or the passenger side. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you are practicing everything, because I've had some classmates practice solely on parallel and they ended up getting alley dock, and they failed because they were so worried about, okay, I'm gonna get parallel down, I'm not gonna do alley dock, and come to testing, unfortunately they had the one that they didn't practice the most on. So make sure you're always practicing. Another comment said, are the trucks automatic or manual? So I came into the school wanting to drive or wanting to learn manual, especially because Hellcats are cheaper if they are manual. But I mean, it's a good thing now that every truck in CR England, at least in Fontana, are automatic. Most likely all trucks in CR England are automatic, but I know for sure the ones in Fontana are automatic. So whatever job you're going to get through CR England, it should be automatic, so you don't have to worry about switching gears, doing the clutch and stuff like that. So yeah, I need to knock out early because yesterday I knocked out at 2, had to wake up at 4:30, and I was almost knocking out in class, especially when it's like a Zoom class. I think I've never done a Zoom class because I'm 23 years old. I graduated already, but it's kind of embarrassing if you have the teacher right there just pointing you out in front of everybody. Thankfully, it didn't to me, but it might have done it to somebody else. But yeah, that's about the update for this time. There's also one more thing I want to talk about. I am planning on getting a GoPro, so I might start an OnlyFans. No, okay. I do want to get a GoPro, but I want to get one of those GoPro straps for the headband straps, mainly because I want to make at least a few videos from my point of view, first person point of view, because I understand people want to see what it's like actually just being in the truck itself. Or let's say they're doing an offset or they're parking inside a truck stop, right? Sometimes people are visual learners instead of listening. Obviously, they teach you how to do all of what I'm about to say right now in the school. A trainer's going to help you out. But I know for those people just like me that if I hear something, it goes in one ear, it goes out the other. I need to actually see what you're talking about in order for me to understand, right? So what I'm planning on doing is attaching a GoPro, do like a parking inside of an actual truck stop. And every time I look at a mirror, you're gonna see what I'm looking at. Whatever I use as a reference point to start counter steering or whatever, you're gonna see what I'm looking at. And maybe you guys could be like, okay, so now I know exactly the angle, and you guys get what I'm talking about, right? So I know a video like that would have helped me out when I was looking at how to master parallel parking. Keep in mind, I'm still a student. I am nowhere close to mastering it. Yes, I didn't get any points in skills, but that could have just been luck because I do not consider myself a pro, not at all. But I just get lucky. So yeah, I'm about to end this video. I'm gonna show off my shirt. Keep that same energy. So this is actually my brand shirt, you know. I used to make gaming videos. Keep that same energy. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I don't know when, but yeah.